Well, Asians have long defined what it means to be British, and I think it's wonderful to have a festival that celebrates that celebrates Asian inspiration in British literature and arts. So, and yeah, it's a great opportunity to be a part of that. Ooh, that's a difficult question. There's just far too many. I think I've always admired those people who've tried to write with an aim to do more than just entertain. So those who try to blur the boundary between truth and fiction, who tell a story we might not hear otherwise, that might show us things that we never realized. So people like Rohinton Mistry, whose a fine balance is, I think, a wonderful work showing the horrors of the emergency in India, the 1975-77 emergency in India, and tackles a whole range of issues like communal tension, caste discrimination, state brutality through 5 fictional characters. Also earlier authors like Phuneshwanath Renu, whose novella Freed from Disgrace, Kalanka Mukti, is about this woman running a working woman's hostel in a city in eastern India. I think it's one of the great feminist novels, actually, written by a man. Of course, Amitav Ghosh, I must mention him. He, like me, was trained as an anthropologist and I think has written incredible books that span great historical periods and cross continents. Sea of Poppies, also The Glass Palace, that brings to life the struggles of Burma, India, and Malaya, again through fictional characters. So I think, I think those are probably my favorites, but there's so many, 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 many more. Well, I happened to have lived as a social anthropologist in Adivasi or tribal villages in a guerrilla stronghold in eastern India for 1.5 years. It was the longest running armed insurgency in the world's biggest democracy, and also one of the most underreported rebellions outside of India. The people I lived with were being cast as terrorists or rebels with a cause. And the stories of the people that I met were so much more complicated than that. They brought out all kinds of unexpected insights, contradictions about why people were involved. And so I wanted to tell their grassroots story. And I wanted to write a book that would try to reach as many people as I could without dumbing down my academic scholarship. So yeah, so those are the main kind of motivations behind Nightmarch. Well, again, there are so many, hard to pinpoint. I guess incredible secret cities in the middle of the forest that could be taken down in a matter of a few hours. Finding myself sleepwalking, literally falling asleep as I walked with the guerrillas, tasting bomb chutney, seeing them dig out dry riverbeds to get access to water in the hot seasons. But perhaps the most memorable is seeing people from very different caste backgrounds, a high caste leader with an Adivasi foot soldier sharing food from the same plate, which in India is quite a remarkable thing, because eating food is together can be considered very polluting, let alone eating food with people from very different caste backgrounds, a low caste and a high caste, eating food together. So I think that was quite astonishing to see that. Well, I'm just finishing a major research program looking at how Adivasis and Dalits, why Adivasis and Dalits, which are India's low castes and tribes, make up 1 in 25 people in the world, remain at the bottom of the Indian economic and social hierarchy. So we've also, as part of that, curated an exhibition called Behind the Indian Boom, which was here on in London last year, and we're taking that to Turin in Italy next year. So that's my main focus right now. But above all, I think I'm trying to rest and reflect, figure out where Nightmarch is taking me. You know, as George Orwell once said, writing a book is like a horrible, painful process, like a really painful illness that, you know, you just can't get rid of. And so I think it's time to, you know, give life to my body and mind and soul, to think about where the Nightmarch has actually left me. Yeah.